Bigger talks, bigger talks. We're back again for another solo episode. So today, I will talk about body and food awareness. Now, the reason I want to talk about this, I just had a master class on a House of Manifestation community. Shouts out to Kathleen Cameron and the Diamond Academy ladies, Jennifer, Shannon. Thank you for having me on. Yesterday, and we talked about body awareness and food awareness and how important it is. So today on the Bigger Talks episode, I'm going to talk to you about the 7 pillars for body awareness and food awareness and what it means and how you can be aware, things to think about, and how food in your body was all controlled within your own paradigm, your upbringing, your environment, and your belief system and the blueprint you were on when you grew up. But anyway, it's midday. I get up really, really early. I'm an early riser. I'm up between 4:45 and 5:30. So this morning I was up really early. I got up at like 4:42 to be exact. Um, and it's midday. And so midday, I gotta have a moment to release energy, relieve my mind, and tap back in and stay focused. So today, I got my beautiful Magic Mind shot. Yes, I got my Magic Mind shot. It boosts my energy, gives me focus, and I can't procrastinate. But I must elevate my mental clarity because when I talk about the food and body awareness today, it's so important. So let me take a sip. So, people, go to magicmind.com/JAN Bigger Talks and get a subscription. Your first month. That's right. Your first month free subscription of Magic Mind. You hear it? When you subscribe for 3 months. So www.magicmind.com, caps JAN Bigger Talks. I'll put everything in the show notes. And by the way, my promo code is Bigger Talks 20. Bigger Talks 20. It's an extra 20% off, which gets you 75% off. And it will last till the end of January. So get in where you fit in magicmind.com/capital JAN Bigger Talks. Bigger Talks 20 is the promo code and boost your energy, get mental clarity, elevate your focus, and check it out. It's really good. I'm gonna have another sip. Don't tell nobody. MagicMind.com. Midday action. All right, here we go. I hope you're listening. I hope you're wherever you are. You're in the car. You're at home. You're in the gym. Listening, dialing, tuning. And so, what is body awareness? What is food awareness? Let me give you a quick synopsis. All right. Are you aware of your body when you eat something that's unhealthy? Your body tense up, you think about it, or something happens within you when you eat something that's unhealthy. But it's only unhealthy because your relationship with the thing you want to eat, i.e., the food. Nothing is unhealthy. It's just your relationship is unhealthy or your relationship is bad with the food you want to eat, right? Body, our body is everything. Our body loves us. Our body is what gives us the drive, the energy, and it shows up for us every day, no matter what condition we're in. We just got to be aware of it, to supply it, to give it, to nourish it, and give it everything it needs to be at the optimal health, to be fulfilled, to feel great. But I think in these times of life, and most of life, I think people's biggest struggles within their identity, outside of the material realm of like, money, success, fame, fortune, is their body, right? And in America, at least, 65 to 70% people are obese, like food, and I also believe in America, we just eat so much food because you can go to a restaurant and get a $15 salad and it's like for a family. It's like we overconsume. I feel like we live in a overly consumption place in the United States. So we eat too much. We don't need as much as we think. That's why I think fasting is really beneficial. Um, and we should eat for our body type. We should train for our body type, but we should be aware of our relationship with food and our relationship with our body is so important. So here are the 7 questions I want you to think about, the 7 questions I want you to write down, 7 pillars to just breathe on, just really analyze and just think. It's really important. I think it'll help you in your body, your food, your relationship with both. So the first question is first pillar, what's your relationship with food? Right? What's your relationship with food? Interesting, right? Next, what's your relationship with your body? What is your relationship with your body? Do you know? I'm pretty sure you know if you think about it. Who taught you about food? It's the next pillar. Then after that, who taught you about your body? Right? Who's teaching us about our bodies? And then the next one is who defines you and why? Like who defines your body, how you look, who you are, like where does that come from and why? And then, the last two is does food have power over you and how to enjoy your body and food in a healthy way, right? So those are the 7 questions, 7 pillars. I'm going to break each down, spend a little bit of time on each. But like I said, I was inspired by my masterclass yesterday on the House of Manifestations platform community. It's so great. If you want to join the community, I'll put something here in the show notes where you can join. But anyway, let's get into it. What is your relationship with food? So, what am I asking in this moment? What I'm asking is when it comes to food, what's your relationship? Like, is it healthy? Is it good? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it overwhelming? And, yesterday speaking, I had some people say, their relationship with food is kind of mixed emotions. Um, Food represents trauma and fear for them. There was a guy who was speaking, I won't say his name, and he said growing up, if I'm not mistaken, I recall his parents made him eat his food. And if he didn't eat his food, he got in trouble and he would get a beating, right? Like it was like torture, like made him eat all his food. You can't leave no food on the plate. We come from that background where, you know, you're so fortunate, you're so blessed in other countries, they don't have as much food and you're wasting it. So him and another individual both said food has some type of trauma or resistance around it because they had to eat all their food or else it was like they were in trouble, it was danger. So one person would say that they would go and sneak like treats and stuff in their room and eat them by themselves or closets because food just had this negative connotation because of their parents, right? So their relationship with food wasn't really good. And then I think another person was talking about food was more rewarding. Like you only could eat if you accomplish something, right? So those are examples of what's your relationship with food. My relationship with food is it's really great, right? Meaning, look, I got something in my teeth. I mean, I was eating something. Excuse me. Um, when I say great, I'm disciplined, right? I'm fortunate to be very disciplined when it comes to food. However, I am a foodie. I can eat a lot. So I know there's times where because I'm so type A when it comes to my diet and nutrition, I'm eating super clean. I'm not having no sugar, but then I'll fail and just eat a bunch of sugar. So what I'm working on with my relationship with food is allowing myself to have the things that we claim not so good, right? Is snacks, sugar, whatever, and not judging myself. I think I judge myself, and I think we all judge ourselves based on the food we eat. But if we have a good relationship with food, we probably wouldn't judge ourselves at all because there's some people who eat food and they don't even think about it, right? Because they don't have a bad relationship. It's like I'll just have what I want, right? All right, let's get to the next one. What's your relationship with your body? Your relationship with your body. Some of us don't know what our relationship with our body is, right? And most times, if our body doesn't look the way we want it to look, I assume we have a negative relationship, or we're defining our body and our relationship is not good because it doesn't look like the commercial or Instagram ad or the Instagram trainer or influencer. And, or our mom or dad, or maybe our spouse verbally abuses growing up about our body, like, oh, you're fat or you're overweight or you're too skinny. I remember when I was growing up, and there was two things you would get told, "You're skinny. You need to put on some weight." or my pecs, my chest was too big, so I would never take my shirt off. So I was so insecure about having big pecs. At like 14, I got a big chest, right? And then as I got older, when I go in the gym, I'll make sure I really, focus on my chest and work out really hard because I didn't want to have man boobs, right? That was a real thing. So that impacted my thoughts and my relationship with my body. And then I got older and I'm like, oh, my chest, my pecs is fine. I don't mind being skinny as long as I know I'm strong and I'm fit. I get to define that. And so we have to realize what is your relationship with your body. Like you have to realize that. You have to understand that. A young lady yesterday was saying she has a working relationship with her body. And that's just good to know. Like, I don't want you to have a perfect relationship. I don't want any of us to be perfect in food choices. I don't want you to be a perfect person. I don't want you to be perfect. I want you to be authentic, but we must be aware of our body and food. Where's our relationship? Where do we stand? If we just don't have no answer or no understanding, that's tough. We got to fix that, right? So this is why I'm here talking about this. So what is your relationship with your body? Really sit still and think about it. Is it good? Do you beat yourself up? Do you talk down on yourself? I also was telling, the audience yesterday was that if I had an audition and I had to take my shirt off and I didn't work out before or I felt bloated, I wouldn't go in, right? I wouldn't do the audition. But I'm like, but why? Because I had this negative connotation around having water weight around my abs or being bloated. Great. Like you want to look great. You want to have your abs refined. But the end of the day, no one looks like what they post all day long. Like we don't. Like it's a highlight reel, right? So I've come to the realization that I love my body. If I look a little bloated, I don't care. Like I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm trying to be my best self in that moment. And you know how some people like, let's take a photo on this side or let's take a photo on that side. And it's like, why? Both sides, all sides are incredible. Well, we defining ourselves based on what the world thinks is great or ideal or what's in shape. You don't want to do that. All right. So that's number two. Number three, who taught you about food? Right? Like growing up, I know vegetables. I did not like black eyed peas. But I know you should eat your vegetables and you should eat your food, but no one taught me about eating healthy. When I was playing basketball in high school, I would have a McChicken and double cheeseburger before my basketball games. Now, here's the thing, placebo effect, right? I didn't think it was bad and I didn't think it was good. I just ate the food because I was hungry and it didn't really impact my game as much. But now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, wow, I was putting like fast food in my body before I worked out, before I played, right? So all I'm saying is this: the way you think about food comes from how you were raised. What was told and who taught you something, and you know, uh, you got to know who taught you about food. Was it grandma? A young lady yesterday was saying, yeah, like in my family, like anytime someone comes over your house, you got to feed them and serve them tea. So if I don't have food in the house to serve someone, I think I'm doing them a disservice. But she grew up that way. That's her paradigm. Is she wrong? No. So, we got to be aware who taught us about food, what is nutrition, what is health, because no one in my family talked about eating healthy. I mean, we had fast food, pizza, but yet, I can justify because I play sports. Oh, I work out. I can eat what I want. It's not really good to just eat what you want because you work out. We can't justify that. But most people have that ideology until we get older and our bodies start feeling different. Cool. So, who taught you about food? Note that, know that, understand it. And granted, take your time, marinate on these questions. Don't have the answer right away, but I really want you to write them down, meditate on it, and think about it. This is going to help you in transforming your mind, your body, and having awareness around your body and food. And then the next question, next pillar is who taught you about food? Right? I mean, I'm sorry, I said that before. Who taught you about your body? Like that's a great question, right? Who taught you about your body? No one really teaches us about our body. Unless we get hurt, we get injured, we go to the doctors, we got to put a cast on, and we know we have got to strengthen this muscle and that ligament. But where does that come from? Right? Really think about it. Who taught you about your body? Probably you did because is you the only one that lives in it and you had to learn it, right? I know I taught myself about my body. I know um my body type is mesomorph. I'm more athletic built, so it's easy for me to gain weight and lose weight. I think my blood type is O positive, I think. I think O positive blood type. Um, I know I have the best energy in the morning. Uh, I know how to shred weight and be strong and look fit and lean, right? But this is me teaching myself about my body over the years of trial and error. So get in tune with your body. Like you know your body. Your body keeps the score, right? So who taught you about your body? Maybe no one. Maybe you're still learning your body. Maybe you don't understand your body and how it works. Get a trainer, get a physician, ask questions, do some research, go to your DNA. Far as like your ancestors and your mom and your lineage, like what are they known for? What are their habits or their, bad ways? Really get to understand your body more. The next question or next pillar is who defines you and why? This is great because a lot of times unconsciously we define ourselves through the lens of social media, through the lens of mass media, through what the fitness community says our ideal body is. Like, oh, you got to have a six pack abs, you got to have, a big butt if a woman or a nice butt, you got to have muscles if you're a guy and all these things. And it's like, no, that's not ideal for everybody. We have to start loving the body we're in right now. We're trying to be something that we know nothing about. We don't know what meds, drugs, food. We don't know what these people are doing with their bodies. I'm pretty sure they're working out, right? Let's not take that away if they look healthy and fit. But that shouldn't define you. Maybe your mom or your dad, as when you were young, told you need to work out more or, talk down on you, right? So maybe your definition it comes from your parents because you look up to them, or maybe your father was an athlete and you wanted to be perfect and be like him, or your spouse, right? So be aware when you're defining and you're acknowledging and you're thinking about your body. Think about who's giving you that definition and where are those thoughts and those words coming from. Like, who said you were fat? Who said you were overweight? And what is fat and what is overweight? And yeah, and people listen like, oh, we know what that means. But really, like, think about it. Did you claim that or did somebody else claim it and you took it on as if this is true? We gotta be wary and careful of how we label ourselves and judge ourselves because it can affect our mental health, our physical health, our emotional and spiritual health. So, a lot of ladies on a call yesterday talked about their mom being on a fad diet throughout their whole life. Their mom was always on a diet, always on a diet. So that was their blueprint, right? To be on a diet, right? To always be on a diet, right? So your blueprint is what you see in your environment each and every day. So whatever you see, you're going to become because that's osmosis. You're around it. You don't know better, right? So also be aware of what your parents and the people in your environment are doing or not doing, right? Um, so know who defines you and why. Then does food have power over you? Now, at times food has power over most of us when we're emotional. We emotionally eat. Um, when we are in a fight or flight response, usually eating low vibrational foods that's causing us to gain weight, to be unhealthy, to be more stressed, can lead to depression. Um, And also we can overeat when we're happy, right? Like, oh, I just want to eat everything. And a lot of times, like some people said yesterday, they had to eat everything on their plate. So if your body is telling you don't want no more food, you shouldn't be eating. But because of that's programmed in certain people's subconscious, they feel like if they don't eat, then something bad is going to happen, which is not. But you got to know your body. Eat until you're full, or just eat enough. Don't overeat. And then last but not least, how to enjoy your body and food in a healthy way. Love your body, honor your body, rest your body, right? Definitely eat as healthy as you can, but have fun too. Like my favorite dessert is banana pudding. I'm gonna have me some banana pudding, right? It's important, people, to enjoy your life, to do everything in moderation, and not to overconsume or overly judge yourself for anything, but just accept yourself, get to understand yourself, know yourself. But you got to be aware of your body, be aware of your food, and where's all these thoughts and things are coming from. Who programmed you to believe that sugar is bad? Who programmed to believe you that you only can eat when you get something done, you do a chore, you finish your homework? Really get to the root of your body and food awareness, right? What does your body say when certain food is in front of you? Do you want it or do you think you should eat it because everybody else is eating theirs? No, follow your own counsel, right? Your own counsel. So the moral of the story here is this, people. I, me, Mr. Bigger, do not want you to be a perfect person. I don't want you to strive for perfection. I want you to strive for progress, right? But I want you to become aware of your body and food. Now, I'm not saying go get a nutritionist and get a trainer. What I'm saying is awareness is the number one thing to evolvement, right? So, what is your body telling you around food? What is your body telling you around rest? Some of us don't get enough rest. So, when you're not getting your rest, you'll eat anything that's in your environment because you're hungry or you're hangry. So, be aware of your body, be aware of the food you eat, and take advantage of all the information you get in downloads when you sit back and think about these 7 questions. And the last one, how to enjoy your body and food in a healthy way. Don't overconsume. Get your rest. Love yourself. Work out. Get some sunlight. Do affirmations. Listen to good music. Be in a good environment, right? Uh, Dance. All the stuff you should do. Do it. But don't be perfect. Over here at Bigger Talks, we ain't being perfect. We being our most authentic selves, but we're gonna have food and body awareness, and we're gonna know what our relationship is to food, our relationship is to our body. We're not gonna judge ourselves or talk down on ourselves because those things don't produce good fruit, right? So we're not doing that. But that's it. That's all. Remember, don't forget, go to magicmind.com/JAN Bigger Talks and get 20% off your order for your subscription. The code is Bigger Talks 20. I'll put all the stuff in the show notes. But people, body awareness, food awareness, body awareness, food awareness. What is your relationship with food? What is your relationship with your body? Who taught you about food? Who taught you about your body? Who defines you and why? Does food have power over you? How to enjoy your body and food in a healthy way. This is Bigger Talks. I'm Eric Bigger. Follow me on social at Eric Bigger at Bigger Talks Podcast. And subscribe. Give me some feedback. What do you guys want me to talk about? And I'll see you guys soon. Be great. Be phenomenal. It's miracle season. I'm out. Peace and love.